Wedding backstage dressing room. Oh my god, yo yo! The next day, the engagement party that had rocked the entire imperial capital finally took place as planned. Wow, is this the wedding dress that little Buddha designed for you? I heard it cost 30 million. Lu Yao sat in the dressing room, wearing a wedding dress worth 30 million yuan, accepting the blessings and envy of all the socialites and rich girls. Lu Yao looked at her beautiful self in the mirror and curled her red lips. This is nothing. Nancheng is willing to spend money on me. When Zhilinyang was young, she was a famous beauty in the imperial capital. The years had left no trace on her face. She had exquisite hair, a graceful figure, and every frown and smile was full of charm. I don't know if it's because Lu Yao was raised by Zhilinyang, but this mother and daughter look very similar. Zhilinyang is also a charming and elegant beauty. Yao Yao, your father can't come home today, but your father will definitely be back soon to spend time with you, his precious daughter. Lu Yao was a little disappointed. Well, mom is still the best. Lu Yao leaned her head on Zhilinyang's chest and smiled like a princess. Zhilinyang caressed Lu Yao's little face lovingly. Zhuxi also came at this time. She did not come to see Fu Nancheng and Lu Yao, but to see her biological mother, Zhilinyang. Why do I feel so redundant before we even meet? Now Zhuxi was standing outside the dressing room, her clear and bright eyes quietly watching the scene of Zhilinyang and Lu Yao cuddling each other. If she hadn't listened to the Lu family story told to her by Ji Yunfan beforehand, she would have thought that those two people were biological mother and daughter. Zhuxi, I didn't expect you to really come. Zhuxi held the string of small bells in her hand. She had been searching for her life experience and family. Now that she had found them, she should definitely go and meet them. At this time, Lu Yao in the dressing room saw Zhuxi outside the door and immediately walked out. Zhilinyang followed and came out. She looked Zhuxi up and down. Yao Yao, who is this? Mom, she is the Zhuxi I told you about. It turns out that she is Zhuxi. So you are Zhuxi. I heard you are the adopted daughter of the Shen family. Where are your biological parents? Zhilinyang asked. Zhuxi looked at her mother. Zhilinyang had heard about Zhuxi a long time ago. Not long after Zhuxi came to the imperial capital, she had been opposing her beloved daughter in every way and stealing the limelight. She hated Zhuxi very much. Your biological parents don't care about you. No wonder you have a poor upbringing, Zhilinyang said with 3 parts of sarcasm and 4 parts of contempt. I understand that people from humble backgrounds like to show off, Yao Yao. Don't hang out with such people. People cannot choose their own birth. Zhuxi turned around and saw a tall and straight figure. Today's male protagonist appears. Fu Nancheng was wearing a handmade black suit, looking handsome and noble. His eyes fell on Zhuxi and he looked at her deeply. Mrs. Su is already very outstanding for being able to grow to where she is today on her own. Lu Yao looked at Fu Nancheng and said, Nancheng, my mother is just concerned about me. Why are you speaking up for her? Lu Yao, let's not talk about this anymore. I have something to tell you. What's the point of saying this now? The wedding is about to begin. Zhuxi's beautiful eyes met Fu Nancheng's in the air. Zhuxi looked at Fu Nancheng and smiled bitterly. Mr. Fu, Ms. Lu, I wish you a happy wedding. I won't bother you anymore. Fu Nancheng was very silent today. He didn't say anything when he came. Moreover, he had just arrived. Hearing Zhuxi's blessing to him, his deep eyes darkened a little. Zhuxi! You're going to marry me. Why is Nancheng still so worried about Zhuxi? Lu Yao curled her lips happily. Nancheng, Miss Su is old enough to find a boyfriend, right? How about I introduce her to one later? As soon as Zhuxi left, Fu Nancheng reached out and pushed Lu Yao away. He raised his thin lips and said in a cold voice, Not good at all. Just mind your own business. I can't hold my smile anymore. No, if this continues, Nancheng will be seduced away by Zhuxi sooner or later. We must completely cut off any possibility between them. Looking at the man's cold and handsome face and his sharp and cold aura, Lu Yao suddenly had a very bad premonition. She didn't want to listen. Nancheng, I suddenly remembered that I have something to do, so I'll call. Hey cousin, you are at the wedding, right? Lu Yao hurried into the dressing room. Her face had turned gloomy. Fu Nancheng looked at Zhuxi with a very different look just now. There must be something going on between these two people. Zhuxi must be trying to ruin her engagement. Lu Yao picked up her phone and dialed Ji Yunfan's number. I have something to talk to you about. Hotel entrance. I have been looking for my family for so long, but I never thought my biological mother would think of me so. Zhuxi walked out, and at this moment, Zhuxi suddenly found that the string of small bells on her body was missing. Oh no, where's the bell? Did it fall inside the hotel? Zhuxi searched carefully along the way she came. There! At this moment, she suddenly found her little red rope bell in front of her. She walked forward and picked up the little bell in her palm. What's the point of this bell now? She didn't know what the meaning of this string of little bells was. My family? Do you really want to find me? Today she brought Xiao Lingling here to meet Ji Linyang. But Ji Linyang was not at all what she had imagined, and almost shattered all her fantasies about maternal love. She gently stroked the two words, my love, on the little bell, feeling a little ironic because she could not feel a trace of love from Ji Linyang. Ji Linyang probably gave all her love to Lu Yao. She is redundant. Zhuxi was so engrossed in her thoughts that she didn't notice that a hand suddenly appeared behind her, and that hand covered her mouth and nose with a handkerchief. Who? Zhuxi struggled for a moment, but soon she closed her eyes and fainted. Suxian, Yao Yao is right. You just don't know how good I am. I will make you understand. Come with me. Pop. The little bell in her hand fell to the ground. The engagement party that had rocked the entire imperial capital finally took place as planned. The wedding was held at Shuiyue Villa, and all the upper-class people in the imperial capital attended. At this time, Fu Nancheng and Song Zilin were standing together. Song Zilin looked at the man beside him and said, Second brother, what's wrong with you? Why are you so restless on this happy day? Fu Nancheng pursed his lips and said in a deep voice, I'm waiting for a message. It seems that I can't wait any longer. Yes, no need to think, it must be Zhuxi. Second brother, this engagement has been going on for many years and it is impossible to regret it. Moreover, Lu Yao's father is... That night, he kicked Ji Yunfan out, then he called Zhuxi. Zhuxi didn't answer, but he still called. In total, more than 200 calls were made. He was crazy, driven crazy by Zhuxi. All he could think about was Zhuxi's small, palm-sized face, and he couldn't let her go. Fu Nancheng felt that today's wedding might... Nothing is impossible. Second brother, you don't want... This is bad. Xia Xiaofu ran over hurriedly at this time. I couldn't contact Cici and she didn't answer the phone. I only found this at the hotel entrance. Cici treasures this bell very much and never leaves it. Something must have happened to her. What? Fu Nancheng's expression changed and his deep, narrow eyes suddenly became as cold and sharp as a knife. Second brother, where are you going? Fu Nancheng stretched out his long legs and walked away. What about the wedding? Next episode preview. Who dares to block the Ji family car? Ji Yunfan turned his head and saw a Rolls-Royce with consecutive license plates. The license plates were so cool that they could travel freely throughout the imperial capital. Ji Yunfan recognized it at a glance. It was Fu Nancheng's car. There is no one else but him. Fu Nancheng is chasing us. At this moment, he saw the driver's door of the Rolls-Royce being opened, and Fu Nancheng's handsome and noble figure appeared in his sight, striding towards him. Fu Nancheng? Shouldn't he be getting married? Why is he here suddenly?